today we're going to watch the match today between Magnus Carlsen and Valentin Dragnev, a 24 years old player from Austria, currently rated 2598, and he played against Magnus during the FIDE World Cup of 2023 round 2, Austria versus Norway. So both players, Magnus Carlsen played with blacks, while Valentin played with the white pieces, and he opened with e4. Magnus replay with the Sicilian defense, c5, then knight f3, knight f6. This is the old variation. Then b5. It's well, I'm not going to try to pronounce this name. Then yeah, e6. It's basically the biggest line. Castle. Okay, we might have preferred a development here, trying to attack on this square, which might be really important defending this one, because we can easily attack here if we want to castle. But anyway, Magnus, of course, the best move. G7. Rook here. Okay, we want to support a possible attack here. We put the rook on an open column. Then, alright, knight d4 might not be the most interesting, because if we take, we see that there is still an advantage for white. But if we don't take, he threatens, Magnus here threatens c2 with the possible double fork. So he basically, the queen is forced to stay here to defend this square. You could also play something like here, knight a3, defending here, but the problem is that you have this knight in the full corner and fully blocking itself. So that is basically the only move. So basically, taking on d4 was basically the only move. C takes d4, c3. This seems quite obvious. We can't, we can take here, but it would allow the white to have plenty of other moves. They could directly develop their knight, for example. Maybe they could have taken with this pawn ready to attack again. This was not really interesting for the black pieces to take. So we developed the pawn here, trying to attack this bishop that is going to retreat. I'm not sure this is the most interesting to retreat here on f1, because the bishop is quite inactive right now. Anyway, we go knight c6, b4, e7. Still cannot take, by the way, here, because we developed the knight on this. But it might not be interesting because we hang this pawn where we cannot run take. I mean, we could take and take here, and we have a free development for the queen. So after we play b4, we replied with bishop e7. After bishop e7, oh wait, is it the real line? Yeah, bishop e7. And after bishop e7, a4, the goal is to attack this square. That might be interesting if someone wants to go here, because if here, 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 and we win the rook, so that would be interesting, of course. And we might be able to place a pawn here later on this, it takes, so it's not interesting. We might be able, depending on what Carlsen does with this pawn, we might be able to push here. So a4 is a very great move. There, Carlsen decides to castle, seems the most interesting, and now we attack once again this square. But with attacking this square, we also have that trade now. We cannot take the rook, because we take back with the bishop, and if it takes with the bishop, we take again with the rook. Here with a huge advantage for Dragnev, so we cannot do it anymore. That's why it would be interesting. Carlsen decides to take, we take back on c3, bishop f6, we develop finally this bishop trying to attack this pawn that looks kind of weak. We defend it, of course. It would have not been really interesting to go bishop d2 here. The problem with bishop d2 is that you block basically your queen from going forward in an open column where it is pretty active. We can look here basically with advantage of 0.6. Now the position becomes really equal, or maybe a little bit for the whites, but it becomes really equal because this queen is becoming kind of inactive, while here you do not block anyone. So it's a better move. I mean, it's a good move as well. I don't know if that would have been the most interesting. I think it could have been better to push here totally, because you cannot push, because take. And it would be a huge advantage for black. We can take, and on take we can take here, or we can after take, and we have an advantage on the center, but the position is quite equal, so it's not very interesting. I mean, Carlsen decides here to push only by one with d6, queen b3. Many different advantages here if we push, because he's probably scared. The fact that he pushes the bishop, he might be able to, Carlsen here might be able to develop his bishop to help the defense of this b5 square. So of course we push once again with the queen here on b3. Queen here, many different possibilities with queen here. I'm not sure that's really the best move. I don't really see, to be honest, what he really wants to do. This guy is not really interesting to defend. Maybe he wants to open it to the rook. I don't really see what's the point of it. Maybe if we play discover attack, but on take stakes and there's nothing. Maybe we go here and take. And we defend again here. Not really sure. This is a good move from queen c7. Then we go rook a d1. Interesting. We try to attack here, forcing the queen not to move, not to attack first of all this square as I showed previously. It needs to be defending this. We have different possibilities here for Carlsen to defend. We can push. And on take. And if the rook takes again, it's a big mistake, because here we can totally pin or have a skewer interesting here, and if it takes takes, here the rook is still attacked. So we could have pushed forward this pawn. We could also have put the rook, as Carlsen did, here on d8, trying to defend it. Reply here, of course. We attack a pawn, we defend it again. Here there are two attackers, two defenders, my bad, for two attackers on this pawn, meaning that the attackers cannot attack. They need again someone else to attack in addition of that. Maybe a rook here, another one. Maybe a queen, maybe the bishop going here and here, so you could defend. That's not what happened in the game, but we decided to go here. It is pretty interesting still. We can develop the bishop, we can push on take, later we can push on take, and we still attacked here, even if it's way better position for white. In any way, like here, white has a huge advantage on the position. So now after push, we decide to go here on e3. Well, basically we still have a knight which is pretty active. And the knight is really active. You can come here again to attack once new. Plenty of different possibilities with this knight here. It blocks the rook, but the rook was already blocked by the pawn. It's pretty annoying to have a rook blocked by a pawn already. So it's not a huge problem placing it here. Maybe we want to go here. Or if we go like here, takes, and then like here and take. Maybe we want to go here to attack the bishop. And we cannot take back. Do something like this here. We cannot take back because it would highly weaken the pawn structure. We want to reply here for Magnus with b7. Maybe b7 we want to attack as I showed previously. Maybe doing something like this to go with free pawn. Maybe we want to go back with the knight to threaten an attack on this e4 pawn, which is really on the center and pretty hard to defend because we can defend it only with bishop d3, but it's blocking the rook, which was pretty active. So of course it's not really interesting. And we decide to go as I showed previously on g4, attacking this bishop. Bishop goes on bishop goes g5 to still be pretty active, because if he goes here, he's not really active. He only has this diagonal to attack white. Right now he can go here and attack this pawn. Maybe it might be interesting after it does this. He's still pretty active, by the way. We can compare here. There's a 0-5 for white, still 0-5 for white, and if he goes here, it goes 0.7, 0.8. A small advantage, but still a little bit. A very small advantage, but still a little advantage. Then of course we want to push a little bit with c4. Carlsen replies with h5, queen c3, f6. I mean, after getting attacked, Carlsen had different possibilities, and here he decided to play here because I mean, if takes, he just mates in one. So of course we cannot take the knight because we threaten mating one. It's another way to defend your pieces by attacking. It can work with a check, or it can also work with that kind of threats. So of course we need to defend once again. And here Carlsen decides to defend with f6, and Dragnev replies with h4. Once again, it's basically the same problem, because if take, we take here, and if take, and if takes here, we can go queen here, having a pretty active queen. I mean, we could also go here on bishop e2. Not sure it's very the most interesting. We can take here with the bishop, and we would have probably queen h3. We could have here knight on h2. Not really active. I'm not big fan of that position right now, so I think like I'll take queen h3 would have been the most interesting. Here we decide to take on h4. Wait, what was the real position? One sec. Okay, so after h4 takes f4, h3, so that's what I said. h3 takes f3, takes the bishop, take x5 here. I mean, that was a hanging pawn, so of course we're going to take it. Now we go here on e3. I'm not a big fan of that kind of move with the rooks going for the center here. It's not really active, or I mean it's active in like 2 moves or something like that. Not sure that would be the best play. Here e5 is a really good move, of course. Even if we hang a pawn, it's not a huge problem because here we're countering a possible attack on the center. It's still pretty good to defend. Now we attack once again here and cannot take it. There are too many ways to take. We cannot go mate here because there is too much defense. Not a lot of moves to play. We can play h1, h4, we can play g3. Not different possibilities, but you see here g3 is apparently a big mistake. It's a big mistake because if you go on g3 here, you also have bishop here, you have queen here. You could also have bishop here. I mean, that's not a very good move, if not a terrible one. So here, and Dragnev goes h4. It's not a. It's clearly a mistake here. It's clearly a mistake here to go on bishop e6. First, because we can play rook here, rook on b3. We can play rook on g3. Also, maybe rook e3 would be better. I mean, rook g3, and that's what it was played. And then we have another mistake from Carlsen here. I think with this bishop here, he wanted to control something good. Maybe he wanted to attack this pawn that was free, and it was really hard to defend. Well, it was not really free, but there was only one attacker, one defender for 2 attackers. And having this pawn, we have a huge attack coming on the white king. Developing another piece. I mean, that's basically maybe the only things I see. So g3, f8. What's the goal of f8? No clue. Then of course we go c1, trying to develop, maybe threaten something here. Not a big deal. Rook a7, same. Maybe we want to defend this. Let me go here. I mean, the following moves are kind. I don't really want to say kind of obvious, but except this rook. This rook here on g6. No, not a very good move. The first one because we had this. This knight is here becoming really active. It's becoming really active again. Possibly threaten something. And if we don't go here, we can go rook here. And once again we attack here. This opponent having a huge attack coming on the diagonal to the white king. Magnus replies with rook d7, h2. Why is it h2? I think h2 is mostly to be sure that it's going to be able to develop knight the king more better. I mean that's the only thing I see that are interesting. Rook game goes f7. We put the other rook in the game. We try to cover up the king a little bit. Of course, now we go here. We directly go inside to really build a whole castle around the king. And queen here is a very good move, of course, because we are attacking this, we defending this, we threaten. If you move, don't move like that, we threaten, and then it's just basically something free. And if you go here, I mean at this level of players, maybe knight, I think it's going to sit. And here we need to defend once again, so basically the only move was going queen here. I mean, you could also have Carlsen could have played also queen here on f8. Was it the best move? Not sure. I mean, here you also have potentially a diagonal. If we get out of work on h1, we possibly have a diagonal. Going here, we basically have nothing else than defending this and this, and possibly this line, but it would have been the same here. Now we go here, we attacking another pawn. Go b7, f4, takes f4, takes f4, d7, h5, c6. And if we check this a little bit, we go here. Of course, we're going to defend. We go f4, it takes f4, it takes f4. Defend this with the rook. Here we could possibly. I mean, if we don't defend with the rook, it's basically a huge loss. Because even if you go here, it's still a huge advantage for the whites. Like 3.1. So of course we can't really let that happen. So we defend. Going for the rook here. Rook here might not be the best move because we possibly could go knight here on c6. We could possibly go either queen f8 or queen e8. Don't really know. I think at this position I would go c6, and that's what was played. After c6, here Dragnev decided to play h4, and h4 is not a very good move. First, because we could possibly go queen here, and after queen here, the best move would possibly to go bishop here, and after bishop takes, queen takes, we have knight here, and on take. I mean, would it really be that interesting? Maybe, yeah, I mean, after, no, I'm gonna take there, but after this, no, we cannot take there because we have this. Oh, wait, no. I mean, if they takes here, we go here, right? We go here, we check, and wherever it goes, I mean, if it goes here, we just have this, which is another check, quite interesting. But that was not position after a4, queen h4. Carlsen missed. I mean, it happens even to the best players to miss something. He decides to go rook d8. I don't really see what's the point of rook d8. I mean, it's basically the same move, but with a piece, which is less interesting than the queen. We'll go f2, b8, a5, f2, b8. We have a5, a takes f5, queen d4. I've check. So after this, we have knight take, going to a4. I mean, what is the point? I don't really know. I mean, that's a great move, but d4, the main problem is that we have a possible knight here, which might be annoying. We have a possible queen here. Once again, it's kind of annoying because I mean, the goal with d4 here is probably to threaten here, and we could possibly have a rook coming, but the problem is that we have this on the rook, and if takes here, we have takes here, or on takes we have take and take and take. I mean, of course that we're not gonna take. After this, Carlsen plays what is probably the best move, d8. Now we play h7, which is a really good move. c6. C6 attacking, so of course we need to get out. Queen here. We take. We cover up with the rook because if take, and that's very good combination. We could play this. This. Oh, I mean no, not even. I mean after this we won basically the. Oh yeah, true, because here we had a skewer. I didn't pay attention. But here, if take, here we had the skewer, and that's just. I mean, yeah, that's made in 10. Made in 10? Yeah, that's made in 10. So of course, in this situation, after it takes, we need to cover up with the rook. We attack once again. We defend once again. We also decide to take. So take. Not really useful to go once again. We stay in the same position. Here, so we back up the bishop. Takes. And now we can cover up with the knight. And yeah, Dragnev plays a really interesting move with b4. After b4, that is a really smart move. Take c4. Here, because if takes. And do we really want to trade the queen? I'm not really sure. Not really sure. We really want to trade the queen, so here we take on b6, takes f4, g8, d7. I mean, that seems pretty logic, yeah. We still defend in the diagonal of the queen, so it's not a problem. We go here. Of course, here we attack once again. Check, we get out. Another check. And here it's basically still an equal position. Here we get out. There could have been draw just by going here. D1, H5. Magnus doesn't really want to play for the draw. I mean, his opponent is not really good. Even if he's a grandmaster compared to Magnus Carlsen, it would be a huge lack of performance and a really disappointed performance to draw against a player like Valentin Dragnev. So of course he doesn't really want to draw. When it goes here, of course we try to avoid. It's a check, so it's only checks. Here we need to move. It's really interesting to go on e6 here because the fact is like if he goes here, it's just a very bad move because we have queen e4. We might have h4 with the bishop. I don't really know what's the most interesting. Yeah, pretty sure this was better. Here, we play h3 to have a take. This is the best move. We could also have pushed this one, but we came back here, and that was a huge advantage for white. And I'm pretty sure Carlsen saw it. So of course after the check we don't block. Just get out, then we can go here, we push the pawn, we develop here, attack here. We could take, I don't take. Not interesting. Compared to other moves, it's not interesting at all. We go for a check, defend, and then we could have taken, but that was just a full blunder. Anyway, we had another check. Always look for checks. We could cover with the queen. Instead of getting over, we could go with the queen. On the what we had rook a7. And on takes, and I'm sure, yeah, that's an advantage white. So of course we don't want to get out. That's clear, we don't want to get out. Have another check, we try to get out. we ready to attack on the queen. We go here, we check, takes, and draw. We could continue the position with takes here, but that was still an advantage. White, an advantage, no advantage for anyone. We could go here, defend here, and even if takes, even if then we take. We had this, could have played this. Yeah, I mean, could have played this, and we cannot take because of the bishop here. So yeah, this was the game of the 12th of November 2023 from Magnus Carlsen to Valentin Dragnev, a 25-98 ranked at the National Chess World Cup.